Hi, I'm Dale Mathis, and welcome to Lesson 2 of the Slow and Easy Accordion class, or accordion method. I'm hoping that you are downloading the sheets that I have printed out. They are listed at my accordion, no, forget the name of the website, mycrownmusic.net. And I'll post that underneath here, because you need these as a reference for the music that we're working on. And then I also hope that you'll put them in a folder so that you have a, you're going to end up with your own collection of little songs. And the first part of what I want to do today is talk about timing. So we're going to use a metronome on a keyboard. And we want to start off with just doing the C scale. So if you refer back to the Lesson 1 material, I posted a keyboard and the fingering pattern for a C scale. And so we're just going to do that real quick just to get a sense of timing. So I'll be right back. All right, so the image you're seeing right now is my Yamaha keyboard, and the first thing I want to talk about is that C scale, and we're going to set the metronome on my keyboard. So I'm going to pull up metronome here, and here it's clicking very quickly, and then I'm going to set up tempo, and you see in the screen here it says 150. We're going to go pretty slow here. I'm going to slow this down to, let's try 70. So 70, that just means slightly faster than once a second. And now what we're going to do is get your hands on your accordion keyboard, and we're going to play that C scale. And so the first thing we need to do, 2 black keys, thumb on C, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then the thumb is going to go under. Okay, so these are all what I'm going to call quarter notes, and we're going to try doing this scale together. And so I'm going to give you 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we did it up. Now we're going to do it back down. And to do it back down, it's 3rd finger over. Okay, we're going to do that again. Start on the high C with your little finger. So this is what I'm going to call a quarter note. Let's stop this for a second here now. Stop! All right, so quarter notes we talked about in song, or in Lesson 1. The name of that song that I had was called, let me just look it up here, Quarter Note Song. And as you saw in the music, that all those little black dots with a stem on them, there were quarter notes, and there are 4 of them in each measure. So the measure is the space between these bar lines. All right, so in that song from Lesson 1, Quarter Note Song, going to talk about the theory now. Lots of things to look at here. First of all, here you notice I asked you to play with your 5th finger on that note, and each of these notes in this space got 1 beat. So when we count this song, it would get counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sure you've heard this from other music sources when you count a song 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we're starting off very slow, of course, and we're trying to get the concept of tempo. So each one of these notes is called a quarter note, and we're giving it one beat. And this space here, this is a measure, and music is divided into measures by bar lines. And I hope that you are printing out your music and that you will write these notes in. These are bar lines, this is a measure, and the staff has 5 lines on it, and the lines are divided, and there's 4 spaces. And so this note right here is C, this one is E, and if you look in the very beginning from lesson 1 notes again, I gave you a chart that had a keyboard on it and had the note names on it. So that is quarter notes, and I'm going to turn the page here in my book. Let's see, got to get to the right direction. All right, so here the circle with the stem on it is half notes, and each of those notes we're giving 2 beats. So we're counting it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the new song that we're going to have for today, it's the 2-chord cha-cha. And this is really, you know, even though I made this up, it's actually kind of a cool little song. So I just want to go over the theory part of it before we get going into the song. So this thing right here is called the time signature, and that top number 4 tells us that in each measure, each one of these spaces, there are going to be 4 beats. So that first note, which is C, it's got the little ledger line going through it, that gets 2 beats. So it's going to get counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just going to go over that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I just wanted to back the camera out a little bit because I also wanted you to see that in the bass side, or your left-hand side of the accordion, we also have half notes and quarter notes. And I'm just having you hold the bass note and the chord note. That's these 2 symbols. The low one is for the bass and the high one is for the chord. And I'm not really going to push very hard for you to learn how to read the notes in the bass clef, which is this lower clef, and it's got this backwards looking C with the 2 dots on it, sometimes called the F clef. And so I'm not going to push real hard for you to learn how to read that because that's really not the focus of what I want to do in this class. If you're much more interested and you want to learn all of those things, some of the books that I have suggested in lesson 1 will teach that to you. But I do want you to get the concept of the timing. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, cha, cha, cha. And I've got the finger numbers written in here also. It's 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, and then your hand's going to jump down. 1, 3, 5, 2, 2, 2. All right, so let's get the accordion out and try this out. Okay, so again, the song that we're working on is the new one called 2-chord cha-cha. And in your left hand, you start off by holding the one with the divot in it, the C bass button and the chord, and you hold them both together. And so in the first measure, you're going to see that it's a half note and then 2 quarter notes. So it sounds like this. And so the left hand for this song is C, 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 and then move up to the G. and then cha, cha, cha. Okay, we're going to do that left hand again. Okay, and actually that's the whole pattern. That's the same pattern through all 16 measures of this song. It just repeats over and over and over. And in the right hand, now we're going to start with a C. And notice, I don't know if you remember from last week or not. I don't even know if it was last week, if you're doing this a week at a time, but last lesson, lesson number 1, on this accordion, I used, I believe, this sound. And for this 2-chord cha-cha, I'm going to use this sound. So the accordion, by using the different shifts on your instrument, will change the tone. And we're going to get into the different tones of the accordion a lot more in upcoming lessons. But for today, we're focused more on timing and half notes and quarter notes. So, all right, putting my thumb on C, which is next to the 2 black keys. And so it's going to go C, E, G, C, E, G. And then I'm going to move my whole hand closer to my chin. To get the next notes, it's B, D, F, and the fingering on that was 1, 3, 5, and you'll see that written on the sheet music. And then with my second finger, I can reach in for the C and go cha, cha, cha. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that measure again. C, E, G, C, E, G, B, D, F, cha, cha, cha on the C. All right, so now I'm going to combine it with the left hand bass buttons. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line. And now on the third line, the melody changed a little bit. Now it's starting with a G with your 5th finger, and it's turned around the other way, and it's going. And then move your whole hand towards your chin and use the 5th finger on F. And again, that 2nd finger on C. Cha, cha, cha. And the last line again. Move your hand. Okay, so now on line 3, measure 9, you'll see the measure numbers marked on the music. Let's see, put it all together. So left hand and right hand together. Cha, cha, cha. Cha, cha, cha. Pretty cool song, I think. All right, so now we're going to start from the beginning and play this thing. I'm going to count you in with 4 beats. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move your hand. Cha, cha, cha. Next line. Cha, cha, cha. Move your hand. Cha, cha, cha. Cha, cha, cha. All right, so now the next thing that I want to do, remember in the beginning of this video, we had the keyboard out and I had the metronome going. So to keep the timing even, we're going to do a couple of things with the metronome on the keyboard. One, we're going to do just the clicking sound. And then 2, we're actually going to use some drum sounds from the keyboard as if we were playing with a real drummer. So let me reach over here and turn on the metronome. This feels very slow to me, but to you, it may be just the perfect tempo. So I'm going to get your hand ready, put your thumb on C. I'm going to give you 4 beats, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Cha, cha, cha. Here we go. Change to the G chord, C chord, change to the G chord, all right. So I had the metronome going at 70 beats per minute. Now I've moved it to 91 beats a minute, and we're going to play the song again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the G chord. Cha, cha, cha. G chord. C chord. G chord. C chord. G chord. Cha, cha, cha. Okay, so in this next segment, I've got the drummer going on the keyboard, and we're going to play along with it. It's a little bit faster. It's just over 100 beats right now. So get your key position, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play it again. Cha, cha, cha. Cha, cha, cha. Cha, cha, cha. Terrific! Well, thank you for joining me in Lesson 2, and something I would like to suggest as far as practice time is once a week for 3 hours, no good. Every day for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, excellent. Short, repeated sessions, you will gain a lot more than only sitting down once a week and having at it. The memory just doesn't work that way in the human brain, at least not in mine. So once a week for long periods, no good. Every day, 10, 15, 20 minutes, much better. Twice a day for 10 minutes at different times of the day, even better. And the other thing is, again, I do hope that you are putting all of your tunes in a little collection book, because it will make more sense. Because I will be referring back to things now and again. And so I'm going to close out this section of Lesson 2 with something that I've recorded on this is the Roland FR4X. And so I'll see you again for lesson 3. Bye for now.